Okay, you ready to start?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you. Hello and welcome to Little Willy Things. I'm Wendelica,
And I'm Elena.
and today is Saturday, March 9th, 2019. I'm hoping that our chickens won't make too much noise. It's a beautiful day out, and we thought we would podcast outdoors today. We have had quite the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We lost our power 2 weeks ago, and we spent 10 days without electricity and 12 days without internet, and we still don't have our phone back yet. So it's been interesting. We have a well, so we need electricity to pump our water. So we spent some time without any water. That was interesting, but at least there was snow, so we could shovel snow and melt. Yeah. What do you think of all that, Elaine?
It was crazy. I was tired. Really tired for the 10 days that we didn't have power.
Yeah, well, I think you get sleepy when you don't have a lot of bright artificial light in your face all the time.
Yeah.
And it's dark in the house, and the sun goes down, and we had to light candles, and so it just made things sleepier.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we were burning kerosene lamps and candles, and eventually we got some generators set up so we could pump the water from the well and keep our freezers and our refrigerator going. So that wasn't as bad as it could have been. And we do have a wood stove, so we were able to melt snow on the wood stove. I cook on a gas range in my kitchen, so we were still able to cook, although we couldn't get the oven to work. We tried to bake bread one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work.
I think we also tried to make cookies, and they didn't work.
Oh yeah, the cookie project. Well, we tried to do some kind of stove-top pan-fried cookies. That was an interesting experiment.
I was thinking about the bars that I made, the chocolate rebel bars that didn't work very well.
Oh, they worked.
They
just had to
worked.
let them cool down so they set up and we could cut them.
Yeah, but Connie cut them while they were still warm and they were all gooey.
Well, that's not that bad.
No, they were really good.
So all in all, we came through pretty well unscathed. We do have some big trees down. I can look around, out here and see a bunch of trees that need to be cut up and cleared away, and our driveway is kind of a mess. But we will get that done eventually. Right now, my husband and a couple of kids are over at my parents-in-law's house helping them clear away brush. They still don't have electricity, but they do have water because they run on a spring, so it doesn't require a pump. So anyway, they're doing all right. We're doing okay. And actually, we had internet for a few hours, and then it went away again. And I'm hoping that means that they're working on our phone lines. We'll see. We shall see. And if the internet doesn't come back, it might be a while before I get this episode posted. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so besides the weather report, it's gorgeous. Should we talk about some knitting?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see. I've got some things I can show off before we get into the knit along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do it that way. All right. So just about the time when the power was going out, I was working on spinning some yarn up. I thought I would show you what I ended up with. It was spinning up really beautifully, but kind of uneven because I don't spin very often. And so I thought that I would ply up my yarn. And I was going for kind of a sport to a DK weight with my singles, thinking that I was going to just do this as a single. And then I decided I needed to ply it to even it out a bit. So why don't you hold that closer to the camera, and I will talk about the fiber that this is. It is, let's see, I kept the band. This is Blue Moon Fiber Arts, hand-painted roving. It is a 75% BFL, 25% Tessa Silk, and the colorway is Puddle of Blue, spelled B-L-E-U. I picked this up at a yarn festival a while back, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, and I didn't spin it up for a really long time because I was afraid of messing it up, you know, because this is a really nice, gorgeous hand-painted fiber. I just love the blues and greens, and there's a little bit of mauve in there, and it plays together so nicely. But anyway, I had 9.5 ounces of this, and I spun it all up, and I was just finishing plying it up when the power went out. So I didn't get a chance to show it to you. Oh, here's another little twist of it. I have quite a lot. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Originally I was going to use the singles to make socks, but then when I plied it together it turned out pretty chunky. So now I don't know. I'll have to think about what to do with that.
It would make a really nice scarf.
It would make a really warm scarf.
Yeah, it would.
But I was thinking, since it's a BFL, it would make a really good, hard-wearing, sturdy sock. So I don't know, it's too much to just make hats with.
You can make everybody matching hats.
It's too chunky to make a sweater with. Well, you can make a chunky sweater, but I don't think I have enough of this to make a whole sweater.
Yeah.
Because it's so chunky. If I had spun it more fine, then I'd have more yardage.
Yeah.
And then I could make a sweater or something.
Yeah.
Or socks. Anyways, so what else have I got to show you? I am working on a new design that I really want to show off, but I can't show it off yet because it just doesn't look like much of anything. It just looks like a puddle of beautiful hand-dyed yarn. Anyway, where was I?
The design you were working on.
Yep, I can't show it off yet, but it is coming along, and it is going to be fabulous. I can't wait to show you. I have put a couple little teaser photos on Instagram, so if you see anything with gray cables and some autumn colored speckled hand-dyed yarn, that's what I'm alluding to here. I am planning on releasing that one for late summer, early fall. So yeah, I've still got some time to work on it, and then I will be, sending it out to test knitters and having it check edited and all that stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to stay on track with that and have it done on time. But there is one thing that I can show you. This is just my kind of travel, take to church with me kind of knitting, and I have a half object, I guess. It's a whole sock, but it's a half object because half finished object because it's half of a pair. And this is Plymouth Yarn Sock and Socks, which is a 60% superwash wool, 25% bamboo, 15% nylon, and it just has numbers for the colorway. This is 001. But I really like these colors. I thought it was interesting the way the colors kind of pooled and made a little zigzaggy spiral thing there. So I've got this far on sock number 2, and that is my travel project. And so I guess we are up to
The knit
knit-along. Yay! You want to show off what you've got so far on your project? We actually started the knit-along even though we couldn't post anything about it because we didn't have any power or internet or anything.
Great.
But Elena's making good progress. Joy has started hers also, and it looks really cool.
Everybody else is further along than I am.
It's okay. What yarn are you using?
Annette picks ash.
Cotlin is the name of the yarn.
Ash.
And the colorway is ash. And this is a cotton linen blend.
Yeah.
Yep, 70-30 cotton and linen. DK weight, which is what the pattern calls for. So we are hosting a knit-along. And the knit-along is for Joji Locatelli's Odyssey shawl. And I have the pattern here, but I don't have the front picture. Oh, here it is. I can slip it out of there so you can show off the photo. This is what we are working on. This is a free pattern that was recently released by Joji, and let's see, I'll just read this to you. She wrote, "I started the design of this shawl during a trip to Canada, inspired by the green colors of the landscape. It was the perfect easy project to keep me company on a trip that turned out to be quite an adventure. Odyssey is a crescent-shaped shawl in 3 colors of medium weight yarn. Each color section ends with a lace band." I don't know. Squirrels. Anyway. Each color section ends with a lace band that features striking big eyelets and wavy texture. Pick 3 colors to write your own Odyssey with this shawl. So, we are in the process of hosting a knit-along for this project. Show off your colors.
Yeah. I showed off my shawl
On our
so
last
far.
podcast.
On this one. I showed off this. All right, this color.
Right.
But this one's my second color.
Cascade yarns.
Yeah, and it's a cotton rich, made in Brazil. 64% cotton and 36% nylon. And it is beautiful.
It is beautiful. I had that in my stash. I bought it when my oldest daughter was getting married, and this was one of her wedding colors. So I bought a few colors to let her choose what she wanted me to knit with for her shrug.
And my last color is, I don't know what.
It's a cotton sparkle yarn. It's kind of bumpy. I don't know what it is. It was in my stash. So this has been a good project for working from the stash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Joy is working with 3 colors of Lion Brand yarn. What is it called? Denim, maybe? Anyway, it's really cool, and she'll have to show it on the next podcast. So, we started March 1st, and the knit-along is running until May 31st, which is Memorial Weekend, and there will be prizes. I have at least one prize here, and I think it's going to be this right here.
That one?
Yes. This is a skein of Lolo Did It Sparkle Sock. What is the colorway? I think she wrote it on there. It's handwritten.
Smells like fall.
Smells like fall. I love this color. If you are into pink and sparkles, it's got a little kind of a rusty orange in there, and some almost white but not quite white, pale pink. Really gorgeous. So that is going to be one of the prizes for the knit-along. If you would like to participate in the knit-along, I have a thread going in our Ravelry podcast group. I think I just have like an information thread going right now. So I need to open a thread for finished objects, and I think we'll use the original thread for chatter. So I think I will draw prizes from the chatter thread as we're going along. I don't know if I'm going to use a regular schedule or if I'll just pop in every once in a while and pick a number. That's probably the way it'll happen. And then at the very end, on May 31st, I will lock the threads and choose a winner from the finished object thread to win that skein of Lolo Did It. I might be adding a few other things to that to make a little more interesting prize package. I'll let you know. And besides that, I'm also going to be doing a 1,500 subscriber giveaway on Instagram. So, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you might consider following me on Instagram so that you can join the giveaway there. I haven't posted it yet. I don't have any internet right now. But as soon as the internet comes back, I will post that giveaway on Instagram. And I think in order to win that one, you're going to need to be a follower on Instagram and here on YouTube. And tag a few friends. Each friend tagged will be an entry. Make sure you tag each friend in a separate comment. And so that'll be fun, and I will show off that prize on Instagram. So if you want to see that, you'll have to go over there. All right. What else do we have to talk about?
I don't know.
Don't know? Is that it? That's a very short podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually we have Joy to help us talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anything coming up? Anything going on? We're back in the swing of violin lessons and viola lessons and orchestra classes. And we got a concert coming up, but that's not until the end of May, which is when our knit-along is ending.
Ooh.
Yeah, everything will be coming to a head all at once. Yay! Yeah, we haven't done a whole lot without the power on, except, shoveling snow and moving
Shoveling
brush.
out the driveway.
Shoveling the driveway. Yep.
I think on day 2 of without power, we finally got to the top of the driveway.
Oh yeah, that was crazy trying to shovel everything out and get through the muck. Some of the problem was that the ground underneath all of that snow was not frozen, and so we'd get down below the snow, with the car tires and the chains and everything, and it was just this sloppy mud, and it was really not a pretty sight. Yeah, it was not fun. It's like, oh, you know what? When we finally got our power back on last night, and the kids all went to bed, I was staying up, and I thought, oh my gosh, there are so many podcasts that I have missed because we didn't have power or internet for 2 weeks. And so I got onto YouTube and scrolled through, all the podcasts that I need to catch up on. And I, you kind of prioritize, well, okay, I'm going to watch this one, and I'm going to watch this one, and I'm going to watch this one, but I really need to watch these guys first, right? So the podcast that I watched last night was the Naughty Nitwits. They were at the top of my priority list, so Michelle and Leslie, you're at the top of my list. Just thought I would let you know that. And if you have not watched the Naughty Nitwits podcast, go check them out. They're a lot of fun to listen to. Probably more entertaining than I am. Because they banter back and forth. And it's kind of cool seeing two friends, two good friends just hanging out and chatting about knitting and stuff. It's fun to watch. So yeah, plug for the Naughty Nitwits. And what else do we need to say?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm ending this really lame and weak and whatever. Anyway, the sun is shining, the sky is blue, and it's a gorgeous day here in Douglas County, Oregon, and eventually we'll get our Wi-Fi back and we'll be able to post our podcast.
Yeah.
Yep, and we'll get back into the swing of all of that stuff. So, let's see. This is the 9th of March. We should be doing another podcast somewhere around the end of March, beginning of April, somewhere in there. Yep, we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you all are enjoying your knitting. Maybe working on some more lightweight projects since it's going to be warming up, and I don't know if you can hear the birds twittering. It's a nice sound.
Yeah.
Yep, and you can hear the creek rolling by. And the chickens.
The creek never got above the rocks.
You're right. Yeah, it didn't ever get really, really deep.
Connie still has one rock tower standing down there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. She saw it when she was down there. She's like, oh, yay!
Yay,
Because normally all the rock towers are gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Yeah. I ordered from Amazon, because we order everything from Amazon, this really nifty clamp. And the really nifty clamp came along with this really nifty articulated arm, which is a camera support extension. I'll take it out of the box here. This is by Manfrotto, and this really interesting thing, this clamps to the table. This sits down into the clamp that's on the table, and then I can open this up and extend it out, and anyway, it does all kinds of things. And if you are very clever at arranging it, you can extend the arm out over your table with your camera hanging down so that you can record tutorial videos.
Yay!
Yay! So that's what I'm going to be using this for. So you can look out for some tutorial videos coming soon. They will mostly be going along with the patterns that I'm writing. So hopefully those will be helpful to you. I just thought that's, one of those things that's exciting to me. You probably don't care so much about it, but it does mean that I'll be able to post some better quality tutorial videos coming soon. So that is exciting. And this is also a Manfrotto brand clamp. It says it has a 15 kilogram max load. I don't think I have a camera that's going to weigh any more than that, so we'll be fine. And I did test this out while the power was out and I didn't have anything else to do. I just set it all up and got my camera on it to see if I could figure it all out. And Joy posed for me with a ball of yarn in her hands, and you may have seen that on Instagram. I don't know. Did I actually post it?
I don't know.
I took some pictures. I don't know if I actually posted them. I will look and see, and if I didn't... Alright, so we ran out of memory on the SD card for the camera and had to re-record the end of the podcast.
Yay!
So here we are again. And I just realized that I did not show off my Odyssey shawl.
You didn't?
Yeah. Elena was talking about hers and showed you what she had done. And
that one's going to be hard to show off.
It is, because I'm really close to the end. I'm using this really cool needle cozy from Sunshine and Bubblegum. I love these things. And she does the best project bags and needle keepers and things. They're really high quality. Been very, very pleased with that. Oh, and I stopped in the middle of the row. That's rude. I stopped in the middle of the row because I ran out of yarn, and I have to get to my local yarn store to buy some more of this. It's Barocco Vintage. Let's see if I can turn this the right way so that you can at least see what I've got. So the shawl is made from the top down with a garter tab beginning, and so this was my first, this is alpaca prairie fibers, I think, and it's a natural alpaca and silk. And then the middle color is Barocco Vintage. I don't remember the color number, they just have numbers. It's like an oatmeal kind of color. And then the last one is the white, also Barocco Vintage, and I bought those from Naughty Lady Yarns in Roseburg, Oregon. It's a fabulous yarn shop. If you ever are in the Roseburg area, you need to stop by and check them out. They're on Jackson Street. So this is really close to being finished. I'm super excited about it. I did not intend to work on it so quickly, but the power was out and I had some knitting time. So I'm pretty close to getting finished, and I'll be posting pictures of this when I get my last skein of yarn so I can finish that up. I think that I would have been fine on my my yardage if I'd had a full skein, but I was working with yarn from my stash. This was left over from another project, so it wasn't a full skein. but I came out to, like, I had this much left of the first color, and about the same for the second color. So I really think that Kohi did a wonderful job of writing this pattern for exactly 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. But I didn't have a full skein of this one, and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to have enough to finish it. I've only got, I don't know, 4 or 5 rows left. So it was very close. I think it would have been fine if I'd had a full skein. So,
Yeah.
yep. Okay, so that is my Odyssey shawl, and on our next podcast, I'm sure I will be able to show you a finished object with that. And with that, I think we are finished with the podcast. Until next time. And like I said, I don't know where the recording cut off before, but we should be recording again somewhere at the end of March or beginning of April, somewhere in that week. And we'll be knitting away, and we'll be anxious to show off our progress on our Odyssey shawls. We'll post pictures in the thread on Ravelry, and I can't wait to see your pictures and your progress, and I would love to have lots of people join us to knit this project together. It's super fun. It's really easy. Yeah, it would be a great travel project if you're going somewhere. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I would encourage you to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss anything. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.